for the value of a function here. They said, given that g of x equals to ax squared plus bx is a mapping on the set of real numbers. Now say, given that g, the x support is here, that means 2. Anywhere I see x, I'll put 2. And everything now equals to 6. I have a x, that's 2 squared plus b 2. And they said everything equals to 6. Equals to 6. Equals to 6. That means 2 squared 4. 2 squared is 4. 4 times a, 4a plus 2 times b, 2b equals to 6. Equals to 6. And they say, and g of minus 1 equals to minus 6. That means anywhere I see x, I'll put minus 1. Now I see x here, the same equations we are using. A into bracket minus 1 squared plus b into bracket minus 1. Everything equals to minus 6. Equals to minus 6. That is minus 1 is part 2, that is 1. 1 times a. Minus times plus minus. B times other is b equals to minus 6. So this will be our equation 1, and this will be our equation 2. So let me just put them together. Our equation 1 is 4a plus 2b equals to 6. A minus b equals to minus 6. Now let me use elimination method. If I want to use elimination method, let me just multiply through by 1. Coefficient of a 1. I'll multiply through by 4. Coefficient of a. So that means I'm going to have 1 times 4a, 4a plus 2b equals to 6. And like 1 times 4a, 4a plus 1 times 2b, 2b equals to 1 times 6, 6. And 4 times a, 4a, 4 times minus b minus 4b equals to 4 times minus 6 minus 24. Minus 24. Now that we have this, using elimination method, so we just subtract 4a minus 4a. 4a minus 4a. Now this one minus plus 2b minus and minus plus 4b equals to 6 minus times minus a plus 24. Plus 24. So plus 4a cancel minus 4a. So we have plus 2b plus 4b. That is 6b equals to 6 plus 24. That is 30 over 6 over 6. That means our b equals to 6 divided by 30. That is 5. That is 5. So we are going to get a. How do we get our a? Just take any of the equations and substitute. I take this one, 4a plus 2b equals to 6. So anywhere I see b, I'll substitute 5. That means 4a plus 2, open bracket 5 equals 6. 4a plus 2 times 5, 10 equals 6. 4a equals 6 minus 10. 4a equals minus 4. Over 4 over 4. Our a equals to minus 1. So the values of b equals to 5, while the value of a equals to minus 1. Now, let us quickly go to the inverse of it. That's all about value of a function. So, let's quickly go to the inverse of a function. Okay, we are now on the inverse of a function. Inverse of a function. Please don't forget to subscribe and to share. That's how to help this channel. Now, Let's take a look at this question once to explain, and we now take like 2 or 3 more, and I believe we are going to understand what we call inverse of the functions. And they said the functions of the function f over the set of real numbers is divided by this. Function f over the set of real numbers divided by this. Now, the f of x is 1 over 2 x minus 3. We now say we should find the inverse of f of x. Inverse of f of x. Now, anytime you are asked to find the inverse, the first thing you do is that you make x the subject of formula. You make x the subject of formula. And how do you do that? I told you that whenever you see f of x also means y. It means y. That means this guy means y equals to 1 over 2x minus 3. 1 over 2x minus 3. Now when you have this, I told you that what you do is that you now make x the subject of formula. How will I make x the subject of formula? Y equals, when you see 1x in math also means x. It means x. So this one means x over 2 minus 3 over 1. Now, you cannot just cross multiply this one with this. No. You find the LCM of this. LCM. And the LCM is 2. 2 into 1. 1 times x, x. Minus 2 in 1, 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Equals to 1. Y over 1. What do you now do that? We cross multiply. When we cross multiply, that means y times 2. That is 2y equals to x minus 6 times 1, x minus 6, or x minus 6. Don't forget you are making x the subject of formula. Anytime they ask you to find the inverse, don't forget to make x the subject of formula. Now I'm bringing this minus 6 to this side. So that means 2y plus 6. 2y plus 6 equals to x. 2y plus 6 equals to x. So I have now successfully made x the subject of formula. So what is the next thing? And they ask us to find the inverse of f of x. That is, my inverse of x will now be equal to. Now, don't forget, the next thing to do is that anywhere you see y in your answer, when you are going to write it in the final answer, you must change this to x. You have to change this to x. That means the answer will become 2x plus 6. Now, if you want to factorize, because there is something the same, 2 is common here. 2 open bracket x plus 3. So that is the step in taking when you are doing inverse of a function. Don't forget, I told you that this is just the simplest part. I told you that the first thing is that after you have written the questions given to you, I told you the meaning of f of x also means y. F of x means y. And I took this to y. I wrote this one down. I told you 1x also means x. And this 3 over 1, I find the LCM. The LCM is 2. Now I find the LCM. So I told you the next thing that make x the subject of formula. When I cross multiply, I have this. I actually made x the subject of formula by bringing this minus 6 to the side. And I told you when you want to write the final answer in the inverse of the functions, you change in your answer here after you have made x the subject of formula. In the expression you have, change y there to x. I change this to x and you write your inverse of x and I factorize. That's how I have it. So let's take some questions more under inverse of functions, and I believe you are going to get it better. Let's take a look at this also under inverse of the functions. They are given f of x. I told you don't use f of x, and I don't forget that f of x also means y. That wasting our time. This one means y equals to 2x minus 1. And I told you, anytime they ask you to find find the inverse of f of x, I told you the first thing to do is that after you have done this, y equals to 2x minus 1, make x the subject of formula. Make x the subject of formula. Now, let me try. Bring this minus 1 to this side. Become plus. Y plus 1 equals to 2x. Don't forget, I'm making x the subject of formula. I'll divide this out by 2. Over 2 over 2. 2 cancels. X equals to y plus 1 all over 2. And I told you that By the time you are writing the inverse of x, so the y, you change the y into x. That means the x plus 1 all over 2. Now, according to what they now ask us to get, they find the value of x for which f of x equals to inverse of f of x. Now, and what is f of x? We are going to follow what is it. What is f of x? Our f of x is 2x minus 1. That means our f of x is 2x minus 1 equals to inverse of f of x is this x plus 1 all over 2. This one is all over 1. What do we do? We can now cross multiply. We cross multiply, that means 2 multiplied by all this here, 2 bracket 2x minus 1. Because 1 times everything here, x plus 1. 2 times 2x, 4x minus 2 equals to x plus 1. So now collect like this. By bringing this x in, 4x minus x equals to 1. Bring this minus 2x plus 2. 4x minus x, that is 3x equals 1 of that is 3. All over 3, all over 3. Our x equals to 1. Find the value of x. So our x equals to 1. Our x equals to 1. Now these are other questions under inverse of the functions. It said given the functions f of x is 5x minus 2. I don't need to, we have known that f of x is y equals to 5x minus 2. And the next thing to do is that we make s the subject of formula like we used to do. Bring this minus 2 to here. Y plus 2 equals to 5x. So we are making s the subject of formula with the values about 5 over 5 over 5. That means the x equals to y plus 2 all over 5. Now, I told you by the time you want to write the inverse of f of x, you change this y to x. X plus 2 all over 5. And look at this. They said find inverse of f of minus 1. That means anywhere I see x, I'm going to substitute minus 1. That is inverse of x of minus 1 equals to minus 1 plus 2 all over 5. Minus 1 plus 2, that is 1 all over 5.